country has ever prospered that failed to put its own interests first. We will no longer surrender this country or its people to the false song of globalism.
New Right Network presents Right Now, the featured podcast of New Right Network. Mobilizing, countering the left, energizing the right. New Right Network, home of the New Right movement.
Hey everyone, thank you for joining us on the New Right Network's Right Now podcast. I'm your host, Raegan Castillo-Fontana, and today I have Gene Huber with me, super fan extraordinaire, author, and the man that was literally spotted by Trump in a huge crowd. Hey Gene, how are you today?
Well, thank you so much, Raegan. Thank you so much for inviting me on the show, and I'm glad to be doing this interview.
Great, awesome. Well, I guess start off by giving us a little heads up about how you came to where you are now. What made it possible for you to be where you are today when it comes to your super fandom of President Trump?
Well, first off, I was never into politics, okay? And, when I saw President Trump, when he first came out and announced, and I saw him talking, I was just really glued to the TV with him every time he spoke, like he just got my attention. So then forget it. Then after that, 2016, he's doing rallies after rallies. I was like, wow, this guy is unbelievable. So really, then I went to my first rally in 2016. He was running against Crooked Hillary, actually. It's kind of funny. And then I went, then he was president-elect in December. I went to the Orlando one. And then the third one was February 18, 2017 in Melbourne, Florida, the day of the hug, okay? And really what it was President Trump saw me on TV on Air Force One coming to the rally doing interviews, okay? So now 30 minutes into the rally, I'm standing right in front of him, and he just points me out of nowhere and just says, I saw you on TV. So, and that was it. I had to jump the fence the first time. And you guys can look at the video on Gene Huber YouTube, and you'll see a whole bunch of stuff that, I have on my own meme page and everything. It's pretty cool, actually, But yes, and then, and then I ran up on stage, God bless Secret Service, but, they did hit me pretty good. But yeah, they did. Because I had to jump the fence the second time. And he's like, jump the fence. So when the president tells you to do it, you do it, right?
Right, yeah.
As soon as I came to my feet, they hit me. But whatever reason, he said, let him go somehow. And then I ran up there and hugged our president and spoke to the world. But you know what? It's the hug of the American people. And that's how I represent the story today.
Yeah, tell me about that. That's the name of your book, right? Tell me about your book.
Sure, I have it right here in front of me. Right here, you can see. I can bring it real close. You can
awesome.
See that. You can see the wonderful hug there. I mean, it looks like I'm crying, and it looks like that's my father. It's really, you know what I mean? And that's why it's just a perfect title, because our president's the man of the people, and he cares about each and every one of us. And every morning he wakes up, I mean, what can he do for us, in America? And just look at all the results, that he's doing. It's just unbelievable. But yes, I wrote a book about it. I just thought, what a perfect way to show the world what type of president we have. I'm a Christian man. I believe in God and Jesus. I pray all the time. And God created this story. So that's why I'm really so gung-ho on it, and how I've been for the last 2.5+ years with this, And and that's it. Really, the book has a couple of his speeches in there, which if you go back to the 2015 when he came down the escalator, that speech is in there.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, when you read that speech again, you're like, wow, just everything he's doing almost 4 years later, this man just knew, you know what I mean? And, I have a website. It's called GeneHuberTheHug.com. And you can find the book on there. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and the publishing company, too. And you can also look Gene Huber up on Amazon, too, as well.
Well, that's awesome.
And that's really how it all became. I actually took Superfan from the media, Okay.
Okay.
You know, they were like Trump super fan. I was like, wow, perfect. You know, then I did a show. I still do a live show on Twitter, but I you know, and it was called the Superfan Show with his first lady, which was my wife at the time we were doing it. But now I do a lot of lip singing and dancing, and I just have fun with the people, and they really enjoy themselves, and no one can out lip sing me, by the way.
That's
But yes,
awesome.
and the book just came all about. I always thought about it, but then finally it's here, and you know, it's a wonderful thing.
That's fantastic. So tell me about your experiences. Actually, how many Trump rallies have you been to? And do you have some kind of like habit that you do? Like do you arrive at a certain time and have certain things that you do every time, or how does it work?
Well, I've been to 19 rallies, I have to say. I'm almost at number 20. But yeah, when this first happened in 2017, I went, you know, back to a good couple of them out of state. I've been a lot of out of state rallies. And yes, I mean, I like to be first online, okay? Because if you're first online, first of all, it's an honor, okay? Just to say you were first. The news media, that's the first thing usually out of their mouths. Who's first online, you know? But it really doesn't matter to me if I'm first or not, because, you know, I wear my shirt. You probably can see my shirt that I wear. You know, I wear my hug shirt because people don't remember my face too much. So as soon as I walk the line, people will be like, "Is that you? Oh my God, I remember that. I was watching it live." Or the excitement is still there. That's what really gets me going about it. And then it's pictures galore, and we just talk about, have pictures, and I talk to the people, and that's a real great thing, you know. But yes, there's some people now that camp out. See, when I went to this February 18, 2017 for the hug, I went 12 hours early, okay? And I was first online, happened to be, and 12 hours early today is a joke, okay? Yeah,
Really?
It is. And now, you know, and at the time, you know, unfortunately, we all deal with jealousy, and people have that, against me, and it's a shame. And they're on the same team as me, but it's just something I've dealt with. But the thing was, we have to beat. It was a thing, like we have to beat Superfan to the rally. You know what I mean? Which was yeah. I wouldn't tell nobody I was going. You know, I'll keep it on the cover. You know. But no, once again, it doesn't matter to Superfan because I first or 40th, I'm still doing the same thing with the love, with my shirt and walking the crowd. But no, people like to camp out now. People like to get there 2+ days ahead now. Okay, that's about maybe 3 days to 2 days is now the average. Okay.
Oh wow.
There's a certain group that does it, certain clique that, you know, a lot of the same people that do it, you know, go there. You might see them. But no, I just pick and choose. You know, I just can't go to every single one. But this last one was in Sunrise, Florida, which is literally an hour away from me. And I had some intel that people were going to be there at a certain time. And I was there Saturday. I got there like 4 days early. That was like my record-breaking ever getting into a rally. Because I want to make sure, especially of the Florida guy, Superfan, was first, okay? And I was, okay? That's simple. And 2 hours later, the guy I've been communicating, he came by, and he came 2 hours later. He didn't think I was going to be there. It was so funny. But, you know, I knew this guy. We high-fived each other, whatever. But, yeah, the rallies is all love, and it's wonderful. And that's really what I do when I go to rallies, you know, and get on many interviews as possible.
Yeah. I was going to say, you've been on several mainstream media outlets. How is that? Well, did you talk to CNN?
No, well, I did the day of the rally. First off, you have to look me up once again, Gene. Here with YouTube, and you can watch that. That was my first major interview inside the rally, the day of the hug there, on February 18th, 17, actually. And you have to watch it because the headlines on it says Gene Huber scolds CNN.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Yeah.
Yeah, the bottom line is Pamela Brown. It looks like she was sucking on a lemon doing the interview with me. Like she looked so miserable, you know, and here I am so excited about what happened. A president ran me upstage, you know, But anyway, right at the end, I said to them, I said, look, she goes, I go, oh, listen, I got one more thing. She goes, make it quick. I go, can you guys be nice, a little nicer to our president, please? Oh, she lost it. It was so funny. Yeah.
Wow.
But no, like, now when you're at the rallies, you don't see too many mainstream media. Once in a blue moon, Fox, they used to walk the grounds a lot, but they don't. I mean, they're in the rally, you know, as you know, doing their broadcast, but not walking the lines. They're not out there at the rallies as much. Yeah.
So what are your favorite or the best things that you think President Trump has done for his country as far as keeping those promises? Which promises do you think are you the biggest fan of?
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, obviously all of them, because it's for all of us. But you know what? It's when he first came down the escalator, you know, and when he announced for presidency, knowing that this country was unsafe. It's time to build a wall and keep us safe from the drugs, from the murderers, from all of it that he said. Okay, did he get heat from it? Yes, because no one would believe he would win for president. You know, and I knew from the get-go. I just had that feeling. You know, to this day, and 2020 is going to be a landslide. Okay, and you can save this interview because I know it. I've been saying that for a long time, because especially now. But yes, protect, and then you know, and then we can go. You know, then once again, look at what he did to the military. Okay, first off, when you have a general come up to you and say, "Sir, we have no ammunition," he goes, "Excuse me, can you say that again?" You know, here's a general telling our president that Obama, of course, is the one that just depleted our military. And that was not good with the president. You see what he's doing today with the men and women in uniform. Look what he's doing for the veterans. So we just can go down the line. You know what I mean? Seriously. And we know all the promises that he's doing. See, I didn't know any of this. He taught me everything. You know, I didn't realize about trade deals and how we were getting ripped off, you know, all that good stuff, you know, and then the tariffs and all the things he's doing with these tariffs, which is unbelievable, you know, and obviously the jobs. President Trump said in 2015 or so, he goes, "I'll be the best jobs president God's ever created." Exact words, quote for quote. Okay, and he's right. Okay, look at all these jobs that are coming with 6-point-something million jobs. The Dow is up. I never seen the Dow ever up like this before. You know,
right?
Listen,
Record highs.
We just can keep going on about everything, really. But I mean, there's your little list.
Sorry.
Hi, doggy.
Well, that is fantastic. Yeah, you're right. I couldn't agree more. So being at, you know, nearly 20 rallies, is there anything that stood out? Maybe, of course, your hug. That was probably your best moment, which it was wonderful. What a great moment. Is there any other moments you can remember from rallies that just really stuck out, whether it was somebody that was being crazy or unruly, or whether it was somebody, you know, just being super passionate, or anything that happened there?
I'll tell you, I mean, all the rallies are all the same. You know, what I mean by that is it's the same love and family atmosphere that our president teaches us, because he tells us he's the messenger, okay? And as he always jokes, I'm the best messenger you can have. That's one of his famous lines. But, you know, I'll tell you, I went to Phoenix, Arizona, and, you know, that's more Antifa out there on the West Coast, you see. So we came out of the rallies and we had our policemen, like they looked like almost like army guys, but they had big rifles in their hands as we came out of the rally, you know, for our protection, because Antifa was all over the place starting trouble. And I never really seen it like that before. I was actually one block over where a lot of the action was going, and some people were walking by me, and I have this big red hug shirt on, you know, walking by myself to the hotel. That I got mugged and kicked by the wrong people? Sure. You know what I mean? But here's a true story. A guy actually stopped and he said to me, "You know what? I've seen you on Instagram and I respect what you do." And he knew who I was. And, you know, and then we just kept walking. I was like, wow, that was kind of cool. But no, the next street over, now Antifa's getting shot by rubber bullets and everything to keep things law and order, you know, the president law and order. You remember when he was saying that? And that's it, you know. So that was probably like one of the, you know, not a nerve-wracking situations I've ever seen after a rally. And the protesters are always in a distance away from us. I've never had no trouble with protesters at any rallies, really. Now, I've seen people get thrown out because they snuck in or something, you know. And then President Trump says, "Go back to mommy." All right? And then we all cheer and go crazy. But, you know, also in the last rally in Kentucky, Lee Greenwood came out live singing "God Bless, you know, the USA" song.
Yeah.
I mean, and we didn't know that. He comes flying out of the curtain. He's singing it live in front of us. And then the president comes out 20 seconds later during the whole song. It was unbelievable. But yes, but, you know, and the rallies, like I said, all the same. But the president just tells us more love and more accomplishments that he's doing. That's your rally.
Absolutely. I would love to go to a rally. I'm definitely going to make time to do that just because they sound like so much fun.
Got to, yes. They are.
So what would you say maybe to people that say what you're doing is silly in your day-to-day?
No, not really too much day to day. But, you know, when that is said, you know, it doesn't matter because we're winning, you see. So it's really just I'm here for the love and the support of our president and the people, you know, and that's really what it is, you know. And once in a while, you might, you know, you get people out in the gas station or say something because you have a bumper sticker on or something. And, you know, also let me bring this up because it makes me think. I live right near Malago. Okay, President Trump's new resident now. I live 20 minutes away. We just waved to him on the other day. It was unbelievable. He looked right at me and pointed at me, like, you know, because he knows who I am. You know what I mean? Yes.
Yes, he does.
But we're known as the Bridge family. And we go up there when the president's in town, going coughing and coming back. We wave to him. And you know what he did the other day?
What?
20 people out of nowhere. And he did this last year too. He picked 2 white vans, come up, throw people in the van, and they go back to Malago and talk to the president. Okay, he just did that. Yeah, yes.
Wow.
Right out of the blue. He did that last year 2 times, about 40 people total for, you know, both times. And this one here was about 16. But yes, this is the people that, you know, the people don't even know he does that. And they had cookies and hors d'oeuvres. I mean, and the president comes out and talks to them. Is that crazy? But yes,
yeah.
When you're standing on that bridge, you get the middle finger sometimes, unfortunately, but you get more love than anything. But our middle finger is the thumb, you know, thumbs up, you know, like our president teaches us and shows us that's the best, isn't it? The best. Oh, but no, no, exactly. But no, and, you know, but yeah, you know, anything feedback, I turn it around at a positive, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So do you have anything you'd say anything to say to people maybe who are sitting on the fence about Trump? Do you think a rally would basically be a deal and, you know, make them say, okay, hey, Trump, he's a great guy. We should definitely be supporting him.
Yeah,
is that the kind of experience it gives you?
Yeah, definitely. I could see a rally doing that for somebody that was maybe thinking to vote for him or was second thinking about it. But yes, because they would see the love and the respect we have for our president. They would see how we are all together. You know what's said most is prayers, and God is talked about more than anything. Because why? God never left us, but President Trump said enough, right? I mean, you know, God is coming back. First off, we worship God, not the government. President Trump tells us that all the time. And see, God's leading the way for us. That's why we're never going to lose, you see. And that's the greatest thing. But yes, that would be a great help. But you know what would even be better help? Look at everything he's doing, okay? And just look at all the record-breaking things with the unemployment. Everything is record-breaking that's never been done before, or the last time it happened was Abraham Lincoln, okay? Do you see? Why don't the other leaders and put up all their stats? And if the folks like the Democrats and Obama and even Bush, look at the results compared to our president. It's unbelievable. It's mind blowing. So right off the bat, that should say, wow. Yeah, no.
I mean, definitely. I think the fake news likes to suppress all of that, though.
It's a shame that the fake news. See, we know this now. See, we were brainwashed probably when I was in diapers. It all started. But you see, the president exposed this all. That's one of the major reasons why they don't like him, because there was a circle. It starts with the Clinton machine, as President Trump says, okay? And it's all a circle of money. And that's all it was. That's all they cared about, and doing the wrong things for the people. And that's why another thing, God said, no more. You know, President Trump,
Yeah.
you're 70 years old. It's time to it's time to take control here. You know, like he was saying this stuff on Oprah in the 80s. I was like 12 years old. Who the heck is this guy? You know, I always thought he was a cool cat, though. You know what I mean? Even when
Yeah.
I used to love The Apprentice. I watched that. I mean, come on. Anything this guy does is you know what his father said? His father honestly said, anything Donald touches turns to gold. You know, and it's true. I mean, he had the #1 show for 14 years. He's a businessman. Now he's running the world. Okay.
Literally. Yeah.
That's what I would say to folks that have a double think here. Just look at everything he's doing for us. It's doing it for you, you know?
Absolutely. So what else are you up to? Do you have anything like maybe like a book tour or anything like that going on or planning?
No, I mean, you know, I always would love for people to invite me to speak. I would love that. I've done some speaking events. I've been doing a lot of live stuff. You know, when I'm at a rally, I get big exposure. You know, and then the way I promote my book at a rally is I have my little card on my website, beautiful little card. And then once the people see me and it's picture time, as soon as I tell them I wrote a book, it's the same excitement as the shirt. Oh, holy cow, did you really? So I get great response with that, you know. And, you know, I also sell used cars with a friend of mine. He lives in New York, where I grew up, but I live in Florida. But I deal with the internet and the messages. So I get the people to go to the shop, you know. They don't even know I live in Florida half the time, you know, because it's no big deal. But yes, so I've been doing that for a while with him. And, you know, like I said, I go live on Twitter. You know, every couple of days a week, I do a little dancing around the house. And I don't know if you can see some of my background there. But I definitely have a lot of coins and different things. But yeah, I mean, that's really what's just going on, you know, and anything that comes up, then then I go from there. You know?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know you mentioned already the websites that you have, but where can our viewers go, again, just to repeat, give them that info, to find info on you?
I appreciate it. I'll even bring the book up. It will be GeneHuberTheHug.com. Okay. That's my website, Gene Huber, which is my name, thehug.com. Or you can simply Google, you know, Amazon, look under Amazon, Gene Huber. Under search for books, you'll find it'll pop up there too, you know. And really, yeah, that's really it. GeneHuberTheHug.com. What a perfect website name, right? The Hug.
Beautiful.
You know? And when it first happened to me, the first couple of months, honestly, I was like, I ran upstage and I gave the president a man hug. You know what I mean? I wasn't really seeing how I was being molded to do what I have to do. Because a lot of this now, you know, I could have just sat back and done nothing. You know, I'm no Diamond and Silk, okay? I'm just, you know, their popularity. But you know what? I've done a lot of things with the help of people like you and other people that I do this. You know, at least I have somewhat of a name out there in a way. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I'm proud of that. You know, I didn't let it like just go, because to me it's a very important story how the president is. You know, that hug is showing he's the man of the people and loves us.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Is there any other message you want to give your fans, your viewers, Trump supporters, possible Trump supporters?
Right. I mean, you know what? You can see what our president is on Messenger. You know, he teaches us family and love. It's so important, and we see that. Our president talks to us every day, whether it's through Twitter or social media, even when he's in London, wherever he is, you know, he's talking to us all the time, you know. And, you know, we just all have to stick together as one, you know, we unite as one. And, you know, unfortunately, we got the folks on the other side. But you know what? The winning is, the president said what? we're going to get sick of winning. Are we sick of winning? No.
Not yet.
We just keep on listening to our president. And once again, we the people are movement. You heard the president. He tells us that it's the biggest movement ever. It's never ever been nothing ever like it before. And it's all because of the president and the people sticking together. And that's how I feel. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. Thank you. It was a nice interview.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, Gene. Viewers, you heard where Gene told you to go. Buy his book, visit his website.
Please.
Thank
Gene,
you so much for.
No, go ahead.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Gene. We really appreciate it. And
obviously, I'm in contact with you on our phones, and whenever you need me to do anything or what have you, you can see I can talk a little bit, so I can gladly do anything to help you or what have you. Okay.
That's perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you to all the viewers. Thank you to all the people, because once again, without the people, right? We wouldn't be able to do this. I mean, can you imagine just talking to me by myself? You would probably hang up already,
Oh,
but it's definitely the people that we can't do anything without.
Absolutely.
All right, so we'll leave it on that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been the Right Now podcast on the New Right Network. I'm Raegan Castillo-Fontana. And don't forget to check out www.newrightnetwork.com for the New Right podcast and the latest news and opinions. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You've been listening to New Right Network, mobilizing, countering, energizing. Online at newrightnetwork.com.